Morning, it's Monday morning, and oh man, it's getting cold. It's getting cold. Apparently it's due to snow up north. Man, snow. Hopefully not. So, Monday morning, sun's out though. Sun's out, fun's out, brilliant. So today I am off to Morpeth, off to visit John. John is in a traditional church, but it's got a real heart for pioneering, kind of is a pioneer minister. He represents the NBA at our pioneer kind of round table nationally. And so he's going to take me around Morpeth, show me some of the area, a little bit like what Roy Sale did on Friday. He's going to take me around the area, we're going to look, he's going to chat about his heart, where he sees God moving in the future, and how we can facilitate that in the NBA. That's so exciting. I love this part of my job. I love seeing where God is at move, and I love seeing people's hearts and passions released. It is absolutely amazing. So I'm really looking forward to that. John is also on our trustee board, our NBA council, which is great. He was actually on the interview committee for me. So we're just also going to catch up roughly around the NBA, his views on it, and thoughts for the future. Morning. Good morning. It is 10 to 6 in the morning on Tuesday, and I am at the train station. Oh my life. This is early. This is mega early. But I am getting the train to London because I'm meeting up with the other strategic leads from the associations. So all around the country, all 13 of us are meeting with the ministries department to talk about the new settlement, and also just to share and be together and talk about other bits and bobs. So today it's freezing cold. I should have got a hat. I got gloves. It is freezing cold on a train station going to London. I'll reflect on yesterday. I forgot to do that. I was in Morpeth, then I met with Tony, the moderator. Then I went and met with Billingham Baptist Church. Didn't get back till like 9:30. And then I had to sort everything out for an early start. So I will reflect on that later. But yeah, today we are off to London. It's early. It's proper early. I'm walking very slowly because it's icy and I've decided to wear heels. Man, what is going on? What's going on with this weather? Right, now this is fulfilling every northern stereotype I have right now. Just putting that out there. Yeah, so I am off to Westgate in Newcastle this morning, in the ice, basically, in the ice. We're looking forward to being there. Oh man, this is just ice, isn't it? This is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to being up north. I am in Newcastle. Westgate Baptist Church are in settlement, so they're looking for a minister at the moment. I'm going to go and share with them. They've got an assistant minister, so they're just looking for another minister. It's really diverse congregation, so I'm really looking forward to being with them. I'm very aware the last time you saw this, the last time I vlogged was probably coming back from London. I've not reflected on that. I've not reflected on that because I am tired. Tired in so many ways. So once I get back from church today, I'm going to reflect on why I'm tired. Yeah, but before that, let's go to Westgate Baptist Church in Newcastle. So I was meant to be in Westgate, but as you will have seen, it was really snowy and icy. So I got a certain way, and then I got stuck in a load of traffic because there'd been a car accident. So to quickly shoot back round, come home, and because they are broadcasting their services on Zoom, I managed to zoom in, preach my sermon on Zoom and still join them, which was good. Man, it's manic at the moment, absolutely manic. But I've done that. It was good to be there. I'm really gutted I couldn't be actually at the church. It just feels so different doing it online, and you don't get to meet people, you don't get to hear them, which is a real shame. But I got to share God's word, which is good. I said on my way to the car that I am tired. You would have seen by this week. I was in London for the day. Was that this week? I'm pretty sure that was this week. I was in London for the day, so that was good. I mean, I've not been on the underground for ages, and the underground, even with a mask on, you can still smell that unique underground smell, which I never can quite put my finger on, but I think it's a combination of sweat, Burger King and wee. I genuinely just think that's the underground scent in one capsule. So that was great. I met with the team leaders. So they're all called team leaders. I'm called a strategic lead, but our job descriptions are very, very similar. So I met with them. That was great. We also met with Andy Hughes from Ministries Department. It sounds a bit George Orwell, but it's not. That's from Baptist Together. He oversees kind of accreditation, ministry, all of those things. So it was good to meet with him, because we've changed the way that churches and ministers settle, so it's good to reflect on that. It's good. So a lot of it's building relationship, which is really good, considering I'm really new to that scene and that group of people in that context. So that's good. Got to see Mark. Not seen Mark for ages. Mark, who is a regular someone that I take the mick out of on my vlogs and social media. But I'm no longer in South Wales, so yeah. So I just kind of miss working with him, so it's really good to feedback with him. But a long day. And it's only about 2.5 hours on the train, actually, from up north, from where I am up north to London, which isn't too bad. But it's the timing of connecting trains. So I had to get a train from my local train station to Darlington, and then from Darlington to King's Cross. Darlington to King's Cross, dream. In order for me to get there in time for my train, I had to get the 10 to 6 train. That was tiring. But it was good. I then came back and had meetings on Zoom for a while, for like 2 days. One of those meetings was linked with Project Violet. So you'll see that on their social media, and it's great looking at what areas that we can really reflect on about women in ministry. So that was really, really good. And then I went off to Manchester. I drove down to Manchester, spent the overnight spending with a group of ministers that I was in Manchester with a group of ministers, just reflecting. And that's why I'm tired. I'm not just physically tired, I am tired. Part of my role in transition is obviously, if you're going to transition something, you've got to define the reality that you're in. In order to define the reality I have to listen. I'm listening to the good, the bad. I have previously been saying the indifferent, but it is also the ugly. That's not just in the NBA, that's across our Baptist family. Also with my vice president hat on, with the theme of building a bigger table, when you say, and my video that I spoke about the presidency and what I wanted to bring in that year was about actually some people in our Baptist family aren't treated fairly. They're not treated in the world, and that's reflected in our church and Baptist structures. So how do we create space? But of course, in order to create space, you've got to address why space was denied in the past, and then hear and listen to some of that pain that exclusion causes. Now we know that there is a massive pain in the exclusion that we call around women in ministry, and that's why Jane Day has got her role. But there's also other areas of exclusion. Yeah, it's very odd when I am in my position as a regional minister, equivalent kind of team leader, national front, not national front, that sounds very different, national face. I'm in the national conversations. I represent my regional association at lots of national things. Forgive me, that's why I'm tired. So I'm in that position because a group of people have discerned that that's where the calling that God's placed on my life for this time. I've spent 14 years in church leadership, churches of different sizes, different kind of theological stances, different expressions of worship, different missional outlooks. I've got the qualifications, I've got the experience, but I don't have the right gender for some people. That's tough. There are some churches I'm not even allowed into. Won't speak to me because I'm a female, and I don't believe that females should be in a position of authority. There are some churches that welcome me in, but before they ever listen to me, they have to grill my theology around why I should be allowed to lead, why I should be allowed to speak, how do I interpret those scriptures. They'll go over every article I've written, every sermon I've done, every social media post I've done, and pick up on a key word that they can twist to prove why I shouldn't be in my position. I'm tired. I'm tired of walking into a room and having to justify why I'm allowed in that space. I'm tired of having to walk into a room and having to justify my theology, or to give a load of apologies or caveats to anything I might say. I'm tired of having to double think everything. I just want to be respected. Forget that. I don't even want to be respected. I just want to be treated the way my male colleagues are. That's it. Is that too much to ask? Apparently it is. Don't worry, I am tired. I am tired, but I am surrounded by good people who, when my arms are getting weak, come alongside me and pick them up. That's a biblical analogy there, if you want to look up that. Bit of Moses. But I'm tired, and there are moments where I just have to sit in that lament, in that difficulty. But believe me, it doesn't stop me. In fact, every time I have to walk into a room and justify my existence, every time I'm told the best women ministers people know are the ones that head up the kitchen rota, every time I'm told, oh, but wouldn't it be better if a man came, makes me stand a little taller. Gives me a bit more grip. Something in my stomach and my heart goes, no, because God's put me here, and who are you to come against God? And I don't say that arrogantly. I don't. I know I'm called. It's not arrogance, it's a confidence in my calling, my role, the God in whom I trust, and the structures that we have around that have discerned. I haven't put myself in this position. A group of much wiser people than me discerned that this was right. And so I will keep going. I will keep fighting. Not just for me. Not just so my experience changes, but I really hope that others have a different experience. What people don't realise is when they say those comments to try and shut me up, it really makes me want to speak. And it really makes me want to speak louder. But this week I'm tired. I'm tired because it feels like I've been doing it a lot. So I'm just going to pause now. It's Saturday afternoon. I don't have to drive back from Newcastle. The people in the accident were fine. So I'm now at home. So I have got a whole list of emails to go through. I've got paperwork to do and things to plan. But instead, I'm going to put my feet up. I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm going to spend some time with God, reading the Bible, praying, listening to worship music. And then I'm going to watch some Netflix. Because that's important, isn't it? It's important to stop. And often, as you know, if you follow my vlogs, I've started going to the gym a bit more to help process, some of the emotion, the physical side of just sitting around. And that's good, and it's good to look after yourself. And my immediate reaction sometimes is to go to the gym, to run it out, to process it. But I think it's important that I don't. It's important that I stop. It's important that I stop and allow room to just move. So that's what I'm going to do. So again, apologies if you're waiting on an email. I'm sorry, not sorry. This is tough. But believe me, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Jesus hung out with women. Jesus empowered women. Jesus first revealed himself after the resurrection to women. The women didn't stay silent then. Women through the ages haven't stayed silent. I'm not gonna stay silent. And I know my colleagues, my female colleagues, are not gonna stay silent. Thankfully, some of my male colleagues aren't either. They're gonna call it out. Thank you. Thank you for being an ally. But man, let's be holy troublemakers. That's what I want to be. So I'm tired, but I'm also excited. I'm also hopeful. Because in these reflections, we're learning, aren't we? We're learning where we are. We're defining reality to move on to something more gospel, more Christ-like in the future. So thank you for watching, thank you for praying, thank you. I know a lot of you that watch this do pray for me. Thank you so much. Of course, as always, I can't finish a vlog without saying please do follow me on any of my social media channels. Please do subscribe to this. This is really important. I really want to be able to have a shorter URL link to my YouTube, and in order to get this further, and in order to do that you have to subscribe. So if everyone that watched these videos subscribed, I'd be able to do that. So please do subscribe to this video, give it a thumbs up, hey, share it, and hit the notification bell, not bill, I always say bill, notification bell, in order to be alerted when these new videos drop. So yeah, please do give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us a follow, any of my social medias and this channel. Thank you so much for being you. I feel your support, and let's keep fighting the good fight. There's some unfinished business here, and God's gonna move. Thanks for being you. I've been me. I'll see you next week.